walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
All right, game 4, here we are. We've got myself, Kenos, here with Jeff, Nickel, Prowler, and Sigtau Lord. We are ready for this game. Are you guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm the only one ready.
Nickel's ready. How about you, Prowler? You ready?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent.
This will be a great game for.
Jeff, your headset working? Excellent. All right, so the three of us will lead into the champ select once we get that rolling. And, you know, here's hoping that Take the Lantern's able to get out of their own heads. Here's hoping that Andy plays a little bit safer, at least in the late game. And, I mean, these are two very evenly matched teams, as we've seen many, many times here in this game. Where, like you said, you know, they're up. One team is up by however many points, and it just seems like a close game still. So.
Correct. It's really just been like a give and take throughout the entire night. And somebody said in the chat, and I'd say it again, it's like we're watching the LCS rather than the LCUS tonight, which is amazing. It's awesome. But, like, it is just insane how well matched these teams are.
And such
really
contrasting styles makes it
correct
so fun to watch as well.
Yeah. And it's even interesting that they're actually kind of being pushed out of their comfortable playstyles, you know? Because, I mean, like, Take the Lantern, it has been showing that they're going into the late game, but then all of a sudden they are leading the early game. And they're getting pushed into a situation, well, how do I deal with this? And then Phoenix is getting pushed into the late game and then winning a game off of that.
Alright, it's impressive to me how Phoenix is just keeping with basically the same bans. They aren't deviating too much here. Take the Lantern obviously will suffer because they have to ban out Anivia, though we may see them not ban Anivia. You know, they may be at that point.
Hey man, don't fix what ain't broken.
If I'm not mistaken, actually, Take the Lantern hasn't banned Anivia yet. The one time that Phoenix was on
You are mistaken, they did.
I am mistaken.
No.
I thought Phoenix had banned it, I'm sorry.
Well, maybe they did. I mean, maybe they threw out the ban as well. But I mean, that just... Oh yeah, you are correct. Phoenix choked and banned Anivia. My bad. I was wrong.
Oh, Prowler, be on the analyst desk forever, please.
Jeff, be on the
again!
Play-by-play forever.
What the hell?
Yeah, there it is again.
Okay,
okay.
get rid of that
So
sin.
there is the chance for the Yorick to come through again.
So if I can say, I think what you're seeing here is that Van Hohenheim and Ace played a Wednesday game. We have those Wednesday kind of free-for-all games.
Mm-hmm.
When they were able to, they had a blind pick at the end for game 3 to kind of decide who was going to go where. And with blind pickup, with them both having the option of picking Anivia, neither one of them did. And I think that speaks to Van Hohenheim's kind of thought that Ace has a counter to Anivia. And he respects that so much that they're just banning out and they're not willing to deal with it.
Fair enough. I mean, Ace has beaten him with Rise before, as with Hohenheim was on Anivia, so you're probably right about respecting that. And they take Morgana away and grab that Malphite, so that's a big deal. Jax. Alright, is this last pick going to be Yorick?
I would be shocked if it isn't. Oh, they did leave the Zoe unbanned this time, though.
Alright, so Zoe's available. That means Yorick is definitely getting banned by Take the Lantern in this second set of bans here.
I'm really surprised that Phoenix didn't go back into that. They must be really confident with their team structure, besides, like I said, they've been maintaining the same bans. But he played such a hero role the last game, I'm really shocked that they didn't dip into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially, like, do you think they're going to ban Jax? They aren't going to ban Jax.
Well, I think they banned Xin Zhao, which forced out the Jax, so he was worried about losing a champion like that.
Oh.
Once Sin's gone, then you're kind of moving down the tier list for Nebulon. And now Jax is one of those next hits for him.
All right, so
And there has not even been a hint at that Nunu again since game 1.
Yeah. Probably because they realize that build isn't durable enough to survive long term against Take the Lantern's kit. But seeing this Malphite come back for this game 4 will be very interesting.
Alright, I'm going.
A Rumble
Actually, a
ban.
really good call. I was just gonna say, Amaya-chan, one of the kind of tools in his toolbox is the Rumble, and it plays so well into Malphite. I'm kind of surprised that they went for Malphite so early. The obvious option is just get rid of the Rumble and don't even deal with it.
I'd like to see Gotta Get Lucky get a Moo again. I think he did really well with that game, but in the last
Yeah,
game.
I think he pulled off some great ults there.
Well, it plays so well into the other champions that he plays. I mean, Kennen has a very similar ult in terms of size, if not in terms of ability.
There it is.
Alright, so 2 very durable characters in their front line. Ooh, Renekton. There's that aggro. Perhaps. We're just gonna hover it.
I'm kind of surprised with the Renekton pick. I understand trying to bully Darien a little bit. It's been his thing all game is to lose some CS and stay relevant for late. But if you know that Darien's going to hang back, he's going to let the turret get pushed. Maybe play a roaming champion like a Camille or something where you can try to make a play for your mid laner, Van Hohenheim, and get him rock and roll against Ace early.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If this is a support Scion, that's going to be hilarious.
Plays into Alonzi's playstyle.
It does, and I mean, I know... Okay.
Okay, Nautilus makes a little bit more sense and still in that same vein of champion.
More durable, and will help against Gregosaurus, who likes playing a little bit forward. So that'll help punish that. Plus, they have the ultimate that could shut down Lucian.
Yeah, I mean, it's a scary proposition because Nautilus, with multiple forms of crowd control, there's only one Black Shield. So if you hook Gregosaurus, make him burn the Black Shield there, and then you're in range to use the depth charge onto Andy.
Yeah.
A little bit of a Sophie's choice there for Gregosaurus on who to put that shield on. Ace going back onto that Lux, though.
Also worth noting that Jax can be immune to Lucian for a few moments, and that could be enough for him to jump onto Lucian, which will be an issue, so Malphite and Lux are going to have to keep an eye out for that. Alright, so shuffling the deck a little bit here. Greg, or Jeff, sorry, tell me about the, tell me about the bot lane. But beyond the Nautilus impact on it, do you think, we got Jinx Lucian, how's that going to go?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, it's going to go essentially with Andy and Gregosaurus pushing the lane, and Evil Envy trying to pick up as many scraps farming as he can. But it's going to be similar to the Leona game we saw earlier, which Take the Lantern actually did an okay job of avoiding. But you just, with Alonzi running Ignite on this Nautilus, you get picked on once, you get caught once, and this whole lane could swing.
Yeah, definitely. Prowler, how about this top lane?
Well, the top lane's really interesting. You got Malphite who can put out a lot of damage. Of course, I'm assuming the Renekton is going to be running Conqueror. You would look for the Renekton to quickly push in the Malphite, but I think if you can get a Mumu up there, you can probably win the 2v1 if you can, space out the stuns long enough. If you get a Jax or Renekton going 2v1 against the Malphite, though, I think that's going to be a bad day for Darien. I'd look for Nebulon to spend more time top than he has previously in the first 3 games, even though that's worked so well for them as having him run to the bot lane.
There is a lot of really go-to disables coming up to gank him. There you got Jax with his stun, and then Renekton can stun as well. And Nickel, mid lane, Zoe Lux.
What is there not to say about the mid lane? Because we got Ace with one of his favorites, Lux, and then we have Hohenheim with one of his favorites, Zoe. Although I feel like that Lux is a little bit better picked towards Zoe because we got the shield and we got the slows and all that jazz. But Hohenheim's just utter annoyance with that champ is something to be trifled with. And plus the damage output is just going to be insane as the game goes on. It's going to be a tough matchup for either side, I believe. And I feel like that when team fights start going on, it's going to be a weird initiation between the two, because Ace has always been kind of cheeky with the laser beams, and Zoe's just cheeky all around anyways. So
Yeah.
it's tough to say. I would like to give this to Ace, but I feel like I want the damage output from Hohenheim is just something that's going to be not trifled with.
And Prowler, how do you feel about how the initiation looks on these teams? It looks as though it's something that Take the Lanterns got, but do you think Phoenix has a good enough initiation game as well?
Yeah, I think the Nautilus ult to kind of set up Renekton and Jax diving in is going to be fine. The Zoe stun from anywhere in the map is always, the hidden key to Zoe's kit is that it just hops over the wall so easy. I don't see enough backline access for Take the Lantern, and I think that's going to really hurt them against a Jinx and a Zoe, where they're going to be dealing with the Jax and the Renekton so much that they're not going to have the access to Zoe and Jinx, and they'll just shred through them. I don't see Take the Lantern winning with this comp. I would love for them to prove me wrong with some outstanding macro play like they've been showing.
All right. Well, we'll see if they're able to. This is the game that Phoenix needs to win to become Split 3 champs. And we're going into that game right now.
Skin wars begin.
Skin wars begin. And there has been no pattern as to whether or not which skin winning means what, so don't have to worry about that. Worth noting, if Phoenix does win this game, that's all 3 splits so far where the winning team just won 3 games in a row. Which is
talk about this being such a momentum game.
I think probably the weirdest part would be if Phoenix were to pull it out. They're the first team that didn't finish the regular season in the first seed to win the finals.
Like in Phoenix's skins here, I think they turned out well. Especially because Pharaoh Amumu is not a Amumu skin I sign up for.
Yeah, for me, I think I give this one to Phoenix.
Plus Godstaff Jax is just so cool.
So cool.
Alright.
Here we go. Potentially the last game of Split 3 of the LCUS. Take the Lantern certainly doesn't want it to be that way, though. Only time will tell.
Yeah. I'd be really interested if we do go to a Game 5 to see what the lineup ends up being. How they decide to spend their bans. But we'll see what happens.
And, okay, Evil Envy with a quick reconnect. Hopefully we don't have any issues here.
And they're off. Phoenix on the blue side. Okay. Game of pauses.
And Evil Envy with the disconnect now.
Let's all feel bad for Evil Envy and his internet/computer issues that have plagued us forever.
God, not to curse anyone, and I will literally not. But you really hope that this pause doesn't take 10 minutes, not only because we don't want to wait, but also because if Take the Lantern were to win this game, you don't want to see another ban penalty potentially affect Game 5.
Well, it'd only be fair, though, I would say.
I suppose, but when you get down to a Game 5, I don't know. I want all things to be even. But still got 9 minutes and 15 seconds before that would even be an issue. And as I said, we have other reasons to hope that the pause won't last that long, some of them selfish.
Oh, come on, Jeff. Don't you like spending time with me in a little box?
I love you, but I love you better when we're getting to watch League of Legends.
Fair enough. I like it better when I get to move this camera.
Yeah, right? I wish. Oh, here we go. Come on, Evil Envy.
I believe in you. And your internet provider, whoever it may be.
AOL.
Unless it's AT&T, in which case I don't believe in it. Alright, let's see if there's any sort of aggression coming out. This team is a little more aggressive, arguably, from Phoenix, so they could possibly try some sort of invade, depending on how they want to take their level 1 spells. We'll see how it goes. Alright, Play resumes.
Here we go, folks.
Looks like they're spreading out though.
Yeah, looks like classic defensive positions being taken up by both teams.
Alright, we'll see if since Hohenheim Zoe on blue side could try some hijinks for blue buff here.
That would be fitting. In a game to potentially clinch the split. Nice job by Take the Lantern to clear that first ward.
Ace has already taken the slow zoning spell.
Andy with 1 CS at 50 seconds. Game over.
Yeah, he's got a 10 gold lead. I mean, that's just something you don't want to see at Andy at 60 seconds.
Lucian has the earlier power spike. A lot of trouble here for Evil Envy.
Alright, Hohenheim throwing down wards, doing his emotes. Ooh, little poke there from Ace.
Ace? Yeah, with the Lucent Singularity. Does anyone else miss Lux's old ult being named Finalis Funkhound? I love that a lot better than Final Spark.
More poke.
Another poke lands. Can he pop the passive? Doesn't look like he's gonna go for it.
Probably not. Ace already pretty low on mana. Well, somewhat low on mana. Word choice is important. Alright.
Battlestar is really pushing things in early right now. For
Both mid lanes get down there at the same time. So we'll see. Darien already 50% down on CS. About what you can expect. Alan Z taking a couple of hits. Gregosaurus started with corrupted soil. Ooh, sleep misses.
yeah, I think they're just trying to shove this lane so hard. Both mid laners relatively low already. And once again, Hohenheim has taken the combat summoner while Ace has gone with the teleport.
It looks like they're not going to try to pressure the Zac early like they did before. At least not yet. Obviously they didn't push him that early last time. Ooh, Ace gets a big hit.
Nebulon made a couple little moves towards the top side, but in the end just gets the Scuttle Crab and walks back. Is ahead of the pace on Gotta Get Lucky right now.
Hohenheim has a barrier in his back pocket, so he's got 2 barriers. Actually pops
There's
it.
the stuff.
Yeah, not too much aggression from either jungler so far yet. Drowsy.
Oh, Trouble Bubble does land. Hohenheim, if he goes too far forward here, Gotta Get Lucky. Can't quite get the angle. Minion Wave shows up in time. Meanwhile, Take the Lantern's bottom lane has shoved in the wave, as we expected. 23 to 15 on the CS right now. Nebulon is on the bottom half of the map. We'll see if he makes a soiree down there.
He is level 3, close to level 4. Puts a ward down just to be safe. Would get spotted if he rotated down that way, so he'll have to go the long way. There's a ping to do that. But also an indication that there is a ward.
Yeah, so if he comes
Careful,
through lane,
Gregosaurus.
if TARDIS can land a hook, it'd be tough for Nebulon to catch up to that distance, though.
Yeah, they're pushing a little bit further forward than I would expect them to. And they see that move.
Flash hook, nice reactive hook from Andy.
Good double flash there. Doesn't want any of that. Ace staying in.
Quick recognition from Take the Lantern.
Ace staying in lane also, despite being very low health and with less mana.
Yeah, a Paddle Star and Flash Auto from Hohenheim here could potentially be fatal. More action in the bottom lane. Gotta Get Lucky has shown up now, and he has not been spotted.
Nebulon is close by.
Gregosaurus just baiting right now, and they do get the bandage toss down and the black shield, or excuse me, the dark bind needed to land. Alonzi TARDIS, he has no flash. He used it offensively just a moment ago, and first First blood comes out to Andy, just like last game, but they do come back now. There's a big stun from Nebula, and Andy has no flash. Amaya-chan shows up and will just destroy Andy, and now they are on the chase. Gotta get lucky, is able to dodge the zap, and it will be a 1-for-1 with Take the Lantern getting first blood and the teleport having to be expended from Amaya-chan. So overall a win for Take the Lantern. But Andy's gonna miss out on a lot of CS here.
Yeah, that Nebulon rotation was exactly what I figured was going to happen there.
Yeah, he got there just in time to land a huge stun, set it up for Amaya-chan to show up and pick up that kill.
Darian getting a little CS. Never mind, he's missed both of them.
He really needs to try to push in this wave before Amaya-chan can get back, but he's going to go back before that. And so Amaya-chan will barely lose any CS from that teleport play.
In fact, he may end up losing none. Yep, he loses none. Okay. Ooh. Minions tanking a lot of that damage for Ace. Ace is now 6. Hohenheim is also 6. So Laser is online.
Cleanse available for Hohenheim. Which is obviously a big deal against Lux.
Cleanse has also spellbooked into Ignite. So that extra little bit of damage, something to look out for. Here comes Darian. He is 6.
Looking for that classic level 6 Darian roam play that we've seen before.
Ace missed the light binding, but he's willing to try again.
Nebulon is nearby. And Hohenheim pops the cleanse, and now he's aggressing forward. This could be dangerous. If Darian flash ults, there it is. Final spark comes out, and that's a quick kill. And the classic level 6 roam from Take the Lantern works this time. A kill for Ace in the mid lane.
And gotta get lucky was there too. Providing emotional support.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Clearing out some wards. Amaya's pushing pretty hard. May get a couple of hits on Darian here as he scampers under turret. More than a couple. Bot lane is still pushed very hard. Here comes Nebulon. He was spotted. Black Shield preemptive.
Very well.
Ooh, good dodge there by Gregosaurus.
Oh, they get onto Gregosaurus, so has to flash away from the Chompers. And Darian very low in the top lane, and he just expended Unstoppable Force and his flash. Amaya-chan with Dominus available. He's going to be a watery mouth crocodile looking at that.
Ooh, Ace was coming out from an angle, but doesn't manage to get anything done with it.
Needs a few CS to that now.
The fact that that Jax is still living in the bot lane. Very aggressive. I am actually just going to say that if, based on how this game has gone, regardless of if Take the Lantern wins or loses, I'm a little disappointed we still haven't seen someone try to gank.
Oh boy, Hohenheim taking extremely low. He might go down. He has to use the stopwatch in the mid lane. Ace is ignited though. Hohenheim actually jumping forward. Can he finish it? No! Tried to make the stylish outplay, but couldn't quite get it done. And Ace gets a solo kill now.
That, oh, Rocket!
Oh, super mega death rocket! I said it right because I had time to build up to it. But
God.
it misses.
Here's the funniest thing about those sorts of things. So the rocket goes past, and then you just reflexively reposition yourself.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, you could have just gotten away, you know? It's not like they have a second rocket.
Just that immediate scare. So a big play from Ace there to get that 1v1 outplay onto Hohenheim.
Yeah, that was an amazing attempt by Hohenheim, though. Completely,
Yeah, to almost turn that around.
yeah, completely broke Ace's ankles there, but he still managed to keep up to it. Right.
Dragon goes down now.
Cloud Drake.
First Cloud Drake we've had of the whole series, actually. Hohenheim looking for Ace, who flashes away. And Alonzi is coming around the back of him. Last one available. Gregosaurus roaming up as well as answered. Meanwhile, in the top lane, they're on to Amaya-chan. He's popped the Dominus, and there's the Curse of that Mummy. Unstoppable Force already used. Amaya-chan, he does not have Slice and Dice available anymore, does not have Flash. They get a kill in the top lane. How often have we seen kills in the top lane this series? Not often, but there's one for Take the Lantern.
Yeah, really well done there by Take the Lantern. Get it, focusing ganks up in the top lane because no one else is going up there, so might as well.
Now pings onto the Rift Herald, but looks like Darien is pretty out of mana, out of cooldowns, so not much to do there. Gotta get lucky trying to aggress on this blue buff, but doesn't really have much in the way of support.
CS is more or less equal, except in the jungle and top lanes. Gregosaurus gets called out, so they're going to collapse on him.
I'm actually extremely surprised that Evil Envy has a CS lead on Andy right now, based on how that early laning phase was going.
Ace going the quick long way. Doesn't want to risk that.
Gold dead even at 10:45 into game 4.
And Zoe going back. Nebulon continuing to just do some Jax things. More aggression up in the top lane, but Darien is able to overcome it. All towers are in pretty good shape also.
It is worth noting this is an extremely physical damage heavy comp from Phoenix into a Malphite.
Oh, Gregosaurus misses the binding, misses a lot of things.
Could be in trouble, although he has a lot of friends nearby. Nebulon does get stunned up. He is able to just get out of the light binding and then dodges the final spark, but he's all alone now. Dashes over to Evil Envy, but now Evil Envy could be in trouble. Hohenheim shows up. That damage will scare away Take the Lantern. And a nice job by Nebulon just dancing until he got enough support to get away.
Yeah, as Jaxes are able to do. Good job, I gotta get lucky playing puppy dog on Lux to make sure she didn't get hit.
Now, sticking around, just looking to scare Evil Envy away a little bit. They might try to clear out this ward. Could get collapsed on here, though. Alonzi on his way down. Nebulon is there. Counter-Strike gonna... No, not land. Good Black Shield from Gregosaurus. And the Dark Binding, and they will all walk away.
Call out for missing. Maya-chan comes back. Ace heading back most likely just for an item. Does have 1200 gold, almost 13. It's a shame that laser missed on that Jax, but he probably could have dodged it either way.
Not sure it would have killed him because I don't think that Ace had tagged him with the illumination yet.
Darien acts like he's going to put down a ward, but doesn't.
Next level mind games. Hohenheim onto this mid-lane turret, but it is pretty healthy. Taking stock of the turrets right now, none of them really in danger of going down. Hohenheim dashing forward.
Ooh. Snare almost hits.
And Nebulon around the mid lane as well right now, so we could see some action in this mid lane.
I'm pretty sure he
roaming down once again.
Is spotted here.
Darien and Nebulon fighting in the jungle. Ace and Hohenheim both roaming up. Trouble Bubble does not land, and it will all diffuse. Gotta get lucky is in the bottom lane, but he was spotted just a moment ago. Walk through some minions. Darien is gonna have to walk back towards top lane as the Maya-chan is getting free time with this turret and this minion wave.
A lot of damage coming out here. Ace and Hohenheim neither really willing to let the other out of their sights. Gotta get lucky is gonna get spotted here, but no action upon it. Oh, Drowsy. Gotta get lucky, he's got a position to help. Oh, Pixels. Nebulon's back in here. Gotta get lucky being really
Nebulon
aggressive.
is here. Take the land. Oh my god, it might be a blessing in disguise actually that bandage toss didn't land, but they will get in on the gotta get lucky anyways. Counter-Strike comes out. Hohenheim dashing forward. Excuse me, not dashing, just skipping forward as Zoe does.
Bot
But
lane
all
is
that
collapsing.
diffuses again, and here comes Alonzi and Evil Envy. But once again, it's much ado about nothing. No kills to come out. And a Maya-chan still pushing in the top lane. Another day, another job.
Yeah, that turret is not long for this world if these sorts of things keep happening, especially because Darien keeps rotating mid, trying to make something happen. He's like a jungler that isn't getting anything done.
Well, it's very surprising to me that he is just walking down like this so many times when he does have teleport available.
Oh, Ace flashes into the pull.
Oh my gosh, he is in so much trouble. The paddle star, super mega death rocket doesn't even matter, and Hohenheim gets one back onto his lane counterpart.
I absolutely refuse to believe that that was predicted by LNZ. I think there might have just been a misclick there and Ace overthought. But, you know, if it was a prediction, good for you, LNZ. I'm sure you'll tell everyone that at drinks afterwards.
In the top lane now, dash in from Amaya-chan actually, and Darian has baited this correctly. Now there's 3 members. There's Unstoppable Force. Can they chain everything? Bandage Toss missed, but Dark Binding landed. Curse the Sad Mummy is not actually available, but Amaya-chan just has nowhere to go.
Oh.
The damage almost enough to finish off. Gotta get lucky, but not quite. And another kill in the top lane. Teleport to the bottom lane by Ace to protect this turret. So take the lantern, get one back, but there's still 1,000 gold down. And it looks like Nebulon is about to pick up Phoenix's second Drake of the game, and it's going to be a Mountain.
Yeah, Mountain Drake this time. These mid lane hijinks could actually lead to something quite big. Gregosaurus ults and flashes. Hohenheim does a really clever play there to get out of it. Am I getting... Okay. Not am I Andy, but either way, they get a kill. Lands on Gregosaurus.
Yeah,
Good
nice
times.
proactive play there. Gregosaurus flashing in to get onto Hohenheim.
I actually like this lane swap. I think this is cute.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we got 2 very skinny girls with very high voices duking it out.
Yeah, two 14-year-old girls beating each other up. Actually, how old is Jinx? I don't know that part of her lore.
I don't know.
But, you know, it's at least Lux being sent to beat up someone her own size. Might be walking into this, nope. They actually want LNZ to collapse, I
Ooh.
think.
They don't find it.
Nice little
Pretty
poke
big
thing.
chunk from the Lucent Singularity. Nebulon, meanwhile, has farmed up pretty strongly. 128 on jungle at 17 minutes.
Ooh, little poke
And
there.
it's out from Ace. Pretty short cooldown.
Maya once again alone in the top lane as Darian leaves for a moment. Little collapse coming down here. Ward does see it. It is pinged.
Yeah, gotta get lucky. He does. The Curse of the Sad Mummy available. He gets it.
Oh.
Oh, he gets interrupted by the Chompers, though. And now they might turn it around. Gregosaurus taken so low, and now Andy is getting destroyed. Sleepy Trouble Bubble will just barely come up short. But, oh, he splits the uprights with the Mega Death Rocket, and the field goal is going to allow most of Take the Lantern to get away. Gotta get lucky, will flash. Teleport coming in from Darian to ensure their escape. You talk about a letdown in terms of no kills happening. Sleepy Trouble Bubble not that time either. That was monumental.
Yeah, that was incredibly close on all sides. Ghost is popped by Hohenheim. Lux misses most of the skill shots.
Oh, Trouble Bubble again, not able to land.
Oh,
But Hohenheim
flash.
going forward. Look at that damage. Meanwhile, Maya-chan picks up first turret in the top lane.
This fight is continuing. I really don't like
Yeah.
this from Take the Lantern at all.
Yeah,
And
I
especially
think Take the Lantern needs to back off this.
tanks line up to defend their Lux. Okay, yeah, just go home, guys. You lost a turret, but it's fine.
And Andy on the top lane now. Maya-chan gonna take the blast cone, get out of there. Final spark for wave clear.
Oh, looks like he's not actually going to try to get it unless he's pulling it out. Nope, he's just going on his way. All right.
Bottom lane turret.
My
up.
God, just go. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Zoe takes some damage. Oh, that binding almost lands.
Well, if Darian tries to stop this, he might end up just getting dove. Although reinforcements are coming in from Take the Lantern already. And Darian is able to scare the Jinx off the turret for now.
Yeah, with LNZ here, though, I don't think that will continue.
Gregosaurus making his way down, but he is going to be spotted by a ward, and I believe Creeper just expired before he got to that one.
Zoe's using that Earth Drake to relatively good effect, able to get extra little pokes off on the turret. Should get this turret down. Lux tries to laser, but doesn't take out everything. Gregosaurus trying to bait.
After the strangeness of last game, we have both teams back in their familiar, comfortable positions. Ace getting hit up by Hohenheim quite a bit. Redemption comes down, but Hohenheim gets in for the last attack. A solo kill for the mid laner of Phoenix, paying Ace back for the earlier one.
And I think that might be the scariest thing about Phoenix's team comp that they currently have, is that they have 2 to 3 characters who can solo kill easily. Or, you know, stylishly, whatever. You've got Jax, you've got Renekton, and you've got Zoe. And any one of those can kill anyone on Take the Lantern one-on-one if given the right initiation.
Particularly the Lux, who is completely immobile.
Right.
Gotta get lucky, and Darian once again looking for a tag team battle onto Amaya-chan, but this time the Crocodile will get away. So it's a 4.3 thousand gold lead right now for Phoenix. Gotta say, they are a couple of solid plays away from being LCUS champions. But can't think about that right now. Gregosaurus flashes with the binding, draws out the cleanse from Hohenheim. And now they're looking for a reinitiation. Ace throws out a couple spells to stop Nebulon. But now he jumps in on to get lucky. Culling comes out and forces a flash from Nebulon. Everyone almost maybe a little over-anxious to make a play here. Now Amaya-chan is caught in the backline by himself. Final spark comes out. Hohenheim extremely low. Oh, Curse the Sad Mummy hit no one. And Light Binding just barely misses Jinx's coattails.
Yeah, gotta get lucky, over-predicted.
Oh, Mega Death Rocket comes out, but not quite enough damage. There's a big wave in the bottom lane that Take the Lantern need to go pick up. Sorry I interrupted, Kenos. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that gotta get lucky, over-predicted with that ult. Ace, you gotta get out of there. Thought Amaya was hiding in the bush, so decided to ult. Ace, you gotta get out of there.
Oh boy, Dredge Line.
Ooh.
Oh, doesn't quite land. But now Amaya-chan goes in with the stun. There's the zap as well, and the depth charge is going to hit both. This could be a big play for Phoenix as they get the root, though, onto TARDIS, who is under the turret. He gets the dredge line this time, but he goes down. But that's 2 kills for Evil Envy. This Jinx is off and running. She is excited, and so is Phoenix, as they have a stranglehold on this game now. 5,000 gold lead, shoving down the mid lane.
Yeah, Take the Lantern sticking around too much. They don't have Darian in as many fights as they would like. They need to start grouping. This is game 1 last week for them all over again.
A third Drake, and it's a second Mountain. Soloed by Nebulon.
And I mean, that is not necessarily a bad thing for Take the Lantern, just because, you know, they won game 1 also, but they were against arguably a worse team. And also, they, you know, weren't against a Zoe controlled by Hohenheim.
Yeah, we've seen Hohenheim making some brilliant plays on this character who has been banned against him in every other game, even the one where Take the Lantern had 2 fewer bans. Oh, and Hohenheim talking all trash in all chat.
That's why we have all chat hidden on the mainstream. Because we don't need to see trash talking. This is a friendly competition. Alright, so we have lots of significant level advantages here.
Lands on the TARDIS, and there's no blast cone available. They stack everything onto him. All 5 members of Take the Lantern collapse on this poor deep sea diver. So a much needed kill, if nothing else, but for morale. And oh, a flash onto Evil Envy, and the Dark Binding did land, but the flash was animated first, so Evil Envy gets enough distance to get out, and now here's Nebulon in the backline. He gets a 2-man Counter-Strike onto Gregosaurus. They've used all the cooldowns already, and there's nothing left to be done. Nebulon, the last auto from Ace, will finish him. Hohenheim gets in there, though, and he finishes off Darian. So this is a 2 for 2 right now. Excuse me, yes, a 2 for 2 overall, but Hohenheim will keep it in Phoenix's favor. A third goes down. A triple kill for the star mid laner of Phoenix.
Hohenheim may be a little too far forward here. Ace will have laser available in just a moment. And that kill lead, the kill lead is drastically shrinking now.
Yeah, that was such an important interaction, I think. The fact that Evil Envy was able to get that flash off, even though he got rooted. Oh boy, Hohenheim dancing a little bit too far forward, but looks like he'll be fine. He is on a ward. Is Ace going to try to sneak forward and get something? He will be spotted by a ward if he shows up. Throws something out. Oh my goodness. So Hohenheim.
That's the worst feeling in the world.
And it's now almost a 7,000 gold lead for Team Phoenix. I think Take the Lantern, they used so many cooldowns on that free pick Alonzi, and then they didn't get Evil Envy, and they had no cooldowns left for when the Phoenix rose from the ashes and reinitiated that fight. Although now, maybe a little bit too aggressive from Amaya-chan. Nebulon's there as well. A two-man laser, but Amaya-chan's tanky enough. Not a great culling angle from Andy, but I think it'll be enough to finish off this Crocodile. They do get him. Now Gregosaurus could be in trouble, though. So much damage from Nebulon.
Oh, the Darien ult.
Gone too deep. Darien finishes him off. Oh, Mega Death Rocket is blocked by Andy. And so a quick 2-0 for Take the Lantern, unless they overstay. Darien has been caught.
Ooh.
But walks away from the Sleepy Trouble bubble correctly.
Yeah, fall back, get out of there, take your 2 kills. Need every advantage you can get.
Hohenheim forward again, and he gets the Trouble Bubble onto Darien. You see how much those Petal Stars are hurting even the tanky Malphite.
Alright, gold lead is 5.5 now, so they dropped it down significantly. Still no turrets. That would help them quite a big deal if they could start getting some turrets. They are starting to move as a group. Somewhat. Ooh, Lux gets a big hit.
I have to give a lot of credit to Evil Envy and Alonzi. The fact that they are ahead in CS, they didn't get bullied in lane against a disadvantageous matchup. There's the Final Spark coming in, and Gotta Get Lucky has gotten onto Evil Envy. They shut him down. Final Spark helping from Ace in the back, who is very low, but I think he'll recall safely. Hohenheim just wandering through the river, puts to sleep the Malphite. Oh my gosh, Gregosaurus taken solo. The Ignite comes out.
Ace teleporting.
He should be okay. Yeah, he is fine. Now Tardis is taken low. Amaya-chan jumps into the fray. Take the Lantern. Have they gone too deep now? Nebulon with the counter-strike. He's forced to get away, but forced to flash.
Yeah, falling back is their best choice here. They need to...
Oh, Amaya-chan goes in. Hohenheim with even more damage. Gotta Get Lucky goes in.
Yeah, get out of there.
Going in and out. It's like the hokey pokey right now.
Alonzi's ult is still available. Do not go in on that, you fools.
Oh boy, there's
All
a
right.
big ultimate from Darien. He gets one,
Never mind.
and they get Hohenheim. That's a big shutdown. Can they clean this fight up? Amaya-chan is solo. He's gone. Nebulon is gone. It's a triple kill for Ace, and it's a 4-for-1 all of a sudden. Evil Envy throwing out the rocket, but it's not going to finish anyone else. It did get the cannon minion, actually, so
Yeah.
it might stop this push. I don't think that was his intended target. It might turn out to be just what the doctor ordered.
Ace is at full health, though, so he is willing to stick around and push on this.
And Final Spark available once again.
Yeah, Ace, you're not getting this turret with no help.
So the lead down to 3,000 though. Take the Lantern still on the chase, still with belief that they can send this to a game 5. I don't think we have the rights to Silver Scrapes, but maybe someone will hum it for us.
Alright. Ace burned through all his mana, hopefully now heading home. Next dragon is live. It's like Take the Land doesn't even care about dragons at this point. They haven't even moved to try to get vision on or contest any of Nebulon's dragons here. Darien is here, though.
Yeah, I believe all 3 of them have been solos as well by Nebulon.
You are correct.
And Gotta Get Lucky, he's jumping in onto Nebulon. They don't have Curse of Sad Mummy quite available yet, or at least Gotta Get Lucky did not think it was the time to use it. They do chase off Nebulon, get him down to about a quarter health.
They get the
Now
teleport
they're starting
canceled.
the Dragon.
And force the Blast Cone to be used there.
Take the Lantern. They need to pull this out, though. They're going to take a lot of damage from Hohenheim, potentially. There's the Death Rocket, and they steal it again. We've seen those Smite battles, or in that case, Mega Death Rocket battles, be won by Phoenix in the last couple games. Cloud Drake, not a huge deal, but could still be a backbreaker in terms of morale. Gregosaurus taking extremely low, but Nebulon, oh, he got the lead strike to finish off the kill, trade it back. Now Darien goes in, just trying to use his ult to do whatever he can. Gotta get lucky. He's got a good ultimate onto the backline, but no one can finish it off. Andy's extremely low. He dashes right into Hohenheim and goes down. And there's the Lucid Singularity. Can he pop it? No, he popped it too early. Hohenheim got out. This could be such a huge play for Phoenix. They've gotten 4. Gotta get lucky. He's the only one alive. The top lane is pushing. The bottom lane is pushing. Baron is alive, and it looks like they're just gonna set their sights on the mid lane.
Really poor positioning there all around. Both tanks caught out. Squishies come from multiple angles. Jax and Renekton getting in the back line. Not sure what this pinging is about.
Lots of pings. Maybe just saying definitely go back. Don't try to overextend. We are 2 solid pushes probably away from winning the LCUS.
It is 7.6k gold lead. We are in the death zone, which admittedly Take the Lantern did claw their way out of earlier, and Phoenix clawed their way out of later. So teams proven the death zone, at least at 7k, is maybe not the most accurate marker. We'll go for 10.
Well, Phoenix might not be far away from that at this point. Evil Envy getting close to that 3-atom power spike.
Alright, who's got all the gold? Let's see here. 5,000 gold on Renekton over his top laner. Now 4,500.
Well, we have another Flame Horizon from Amaya-chan, which isn't that surprising just based on the way the Lantern prioritizes their lanes. Although we did see Gotta Get Lucky actually go up there a couple times this game.
So it's mostly on Amaya-chan is where all the gold is. Ooh, nice catch there. Ace thinking about a laser. Gets the laser.
Hohenheim taken down to about a 3rd health. TARDIS is actually looking for Gotta Get Lucky. Oh boy, if they can pick off the jungler here, Amaya-chan is there as well. But Take the Lantern, they are collapsing on this now. Team Phoenix, they may be over-aggressive here. There's Unstoppable Force. Oh my gosh, another strange interaction with the ultimates. TARDIS almost got himself away with that dredge line in the middle of the Unstoppable Force, but not quite. But still, again, that's a lot expended just for the support of Team Phoenix.
Yeah, if they're willing to pick him off and go home, Nebulon wisely rotating.
Still 0 turrets for Take the Lantern here. They just had so little map control. And now Amaya-chan coming down looking for Ace and Darien.
Ace manages to dodge the Drowsy by some miracle. There's a lot of aggressive pinging going on here from Phoenix. They're acting a lot more stressed out about their lead than you might expect.
Well, when you're this close, you know, it does get a little bit frantic.
Nebulon split pushing like the god he is.
And it's going to be Ace who tries to answer him. This is going to be an interesting duel if it happens.
Yeah, more than likely he'll just laser out the wave if he needs to and run away.
Couple of E's and a Q, get the job done.
And he's too far forward again.
7,000 gold lead now.
All dragons on Phoenix. So that
Yeah,
means
that makes the Elder so important. Which is going to spawn very early. It's going to spawn about 20 seconds into the possibility when it can spawn. Hohenheim jumping in. Doesn't get much of a chunk on anyone.
good black shield there.
Right up that. Darien back to the top lane.
Could get Jax here. Nope. They do get him, but the Drowsy is on. Oh!
Root. Oh, they are going all in for this, and Nebulon forced to flash away. Hohenheim jumps in, just trying to deter. Oh, he gets hit by the Curse of Sad Mummy, and Gregosaurus actually gets the shutdown. That's not ideal, but I think you'll take any way to get Hohenheim off the map right now and be happy with it. Meanwhile, Amaya-chan is going to pick up a free turret in the bot lane, though.
Ace heading back for that. Looks as though they're willing to 3v. Yeah, they should get this turret then. Oh,
Oh, a complete whiff on the Unstoppable from Darien. And now Nebulon's going to jump in with the Dark Binding. Alonzi Tardis is taken pretty low. Darian's pretty low. Soul Shackles comes out from Gregosaurus, but easily avoided by the rest of Phoenix. I think both teams are a little bit trigger happy right now.
Ace almost taken out. Does use Zonia's, I believe. Nope, did use Stopwatch, which is OP, right, you congressman?
And Elder Drake is up in 29 seconds. Take the Lantern. They all just back. They have no vision on this. A 4-stack Elder Drake. The first Elder Drake isn't quite as powerful as the second, but with 4 stacks, that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, if I were Ace, I would go right now, back home, heal, and head toward that dragon, because you cannot lose it.
Yeah, it does have teleport available. And it looks like Phoenix aren't setting up to go for it right away.
Yeah, Andy getting that red buff and also heading that way. Get a ward on it. There's a ward on it.
Are Phoenix just going to start this right away? I think they are. They have a lot of damage between the Jax and the Jinx.
But Darian's being a good distraction. Yeah, Darian chases them off. But this is going to decide the game right here, essentially.
Yeah, it's a huge play for both sides, this Elder Drake. Or how they play around it.
Right.
Phoenix could just try to bait and get the inside track on mid lane.
Big drowsy here.
Trouble Bubble lands.
Good
Anda
route.
gotta get lucky. Darian tanks up most of the damage, though. Top lane is going to push in Take the Lantern's favor, and I believe bot lane will as well. Tardis is on the flank along with Nebulon, who looks like he wants to reverse this pressure in the bottom lane. Take the Lantern, you know, they've gained control of this area around the dragon, but
Ooh,
they're not
big
the ones
drowsy.
who can really start this up. And now Darian taken down to about 3/4 health, does have Unstoppable Force available again.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, that damage onto Gregosaurus was massive. Elder Drake takes a shot at him as well.
good block on that
And
rocket.
Death Rocket is blocked out by Gotta Get Lucky.
Yeah, this endless posturing. The nice thing is that, yeah, and Amaya Chan realizes it, that he was pushing out bot lane, which can be easily reinforced, so now he's heading top, which will be less easy for them to cover. But they actually abandon Elder Drake. Can Nebulon solo Elder Drake? I don't think he can. But we'll see. Gotta get lucky really far forward here. Too far forward, I'd say. He doesn't have anyone to help other than Darian. But they don't take advantage of it. LNZ is just sitting there, checks to make sure he's hasn't been spotted. Ace now too far forward.
This is one of those situations that I'm always curious about. Oh, excuse me, actually Darian looking for Nebulon. They get the counter-strike out. Andy very far forward again. Bandage toss misses though. QSS forced out from Andy. That makes him a little bit more vulnerable.
A
in the
point.
minutes to come.
Oh, they're all teleporting out on wards, so they see this is happening. Do they try to take
Amaya
advantage
Chan.
of it?
Oh boy, Darian in a lot of trouble now. He's surrounded by so many people. Final Spark comes out. Can they finish off Nebulon? There's Curse of the Sad Mummy. And they do take him out, but Hohenheim just assassinates Gregosaurus. Now Evil Envy. They all are trying to go for him, but they just don't have the damage to finish him. He is so low, and now they get him. But now Hohenheim could potentially clean up this fight. He gets a double. And meanwhile, Amaya was able to finish that inhibitor in the top lane. So it's 2 kills onto Hohenheim in exchange for 2 kills onto Gotta Get Lucky. And now actually Amaya Chan has cut off Darian trying to come back into the base.
Oh.
He won't quite finish him.
Yeah, sending Andy up against Amaya was an interesting choice. ADCs cannot fight Renekton head-on.
Oh boy, here comes Hohenheim. He's looking for the potentially series-ending play. Doesn't find it onto Andy, but this will be a middle inhibitor. It's going to be 2 down for Team Phoenix.
And Take the Lantern still has no turrets down. 10,000 gold lead.
He said that was the new magic number. We'll see if it comes true. Certainly looks that way.
Phoenix calling for Baron. Even though I would think Elder's actually better at this point, but
Yeah, I would agree with that.
it actually looks like Hohenheim agrees. Well, we'll see.
I would say the proper play here is to get yourself an Elder, especially considering you have the top lane inhibitor down and not the bottom lane. And then use that Elder for when they inevitably come to contest
Oh,
Baron.
Darian caught out of position, but shouldn't take too much damage. Still not taking too much
Enough to
damage.
get away. Oh, Gregosaurus is just in a bad way. Actually, Nebulon good discipline there not to aggress too hard. Might have been able to get that kill, but even if you do, it's not worth the risk, given the position your team is in.
Good snare from Ace. Evil Envy is split pushing, so it is a 5v4 currently. Drowsy does not land on anyone in particular. And now they're going Elder. Nebulon starts it.
Nebulon and Evil Envy, they can just melt this so fast. It's gone. It's gone. No one from Take the Lantern is running there yet. That's a 4-stack Elder, and Phoenix should head straight for the Baron here.
Yeah, this should just be game.
There they go.
Two inhibitors down, all 4 dragons. Baron. Yeah, I cannot. I mean, anything's possible, but with the hyper aggressive lineup that Phoenix has here, all their best characters are at level 18 or close to it.
Yeah, it's a 13,000 gold lead now.
All right, here we go. Put the scoreboard away. Let's see what happens.
This is one of those situations where if you're Phoenix, any initiation onto anyone, you take it. You just want to fight right now. And there they do go in onto Gotta Get Lucky, and they get Darian to come back, but Evil Envy kites away easily. Gotta Get Lucky is getting melted. Andy in the backline just getting destroyed by Amaya-chan. Ace is trying to help him tag team that Crocodile, and they do take him down, but the rest of the fight has gone so poorly. There's a triple kill for Nebulon. There is going to be 3 games in a row for Team Phoenix. They rise from the ashes, and they are your Split 3 LCUS champions.
Whew. Man, what a rough couple of games there for Take the Lantern, but amazing job keeping it together by Phoenix. Check out some graphs. Yeah.
Yeah, a wonderfully competitive series. Every game could have gone either way. But in the end, I think it was just Take the Lantern, you know, in some ways, a lot of the time, I think lacking damage in their compositions.
Positioning was such a huge part of it as well. The fact that there were fights that Andy was too far forward, the tanks were caught out. It just you can't have those missteps in games that close.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as though first let's check out Prowler. Are you here with us?
I am.
Excellent. Sig, you here with us? Excellent. All right. So Prowler, let's get a little insight from you, and then I believe we can hop over and talk to the team.
I think you talking about it in Champ Select, where Team Phoenix simply outdrafted Take the Lantern that final game. They were in a no-win situation where you're seeing, you know, they had backline access with the Renekton, with the Jax, and they had to deal with that first before they could get on to anyone else. They were wasting so much time on Nautilus, on Jax, on Renekton. They never got to the real damage dealers in Van Hohenheim and Evil Envy. And that was a real issue for them. They didn't have a good way to get back there, and I think you saw that play out. They did a great job prolonging the game considering the situation they were in. You know, they're taking first turret at 35 minutes. If I told any team that they would have 0 dragons and 0 turrets after 30 minutes, you'd say there's no chance they're even in the game. And Take the Lantern had a chance up until Elder Drake was taken.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, they were just suffocated, it seemed like. Never really were able to push out even a single lane and feel safe about it.
All right. Well, let's hop over to the lobby where we have the members of Phoenix waiting. Hey, Phoenix.
Yo.
Hello.
Howdy.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a series.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even know where to start. Well, let's talk about actually. I'm gonna go to Amaya in that top lane. Throughout Take the Lantern's last multiple weeks, it's been Darian has been basically their pivot point, and you did very well, especially in the last 2 games, locking that down. How did you prepare for that, or what was your thought process?
Well, I knew he only played tanks, and knowing that he likes to roam around to mid lane quite often, I would always call when he would be away. So I took advantage of taking his tower really fast most of the time.
Okay.
And he didn't seem to know what to do other than the I can't talk, sorry. Swing game.
Yeah.
But he played pretty good. It was really fun laning with him.
Excellent. All right. Jeff, I'll let you hit up for a question.
Yeah, well, I want to come to Nebulon. We saw you play that Nunu in the first game, and you guys actually were in a pretty good position in that game, but Take the Lantern were able to come back on you, and then we saw you immediately switch over to a completely different style of jungler. Talk about, in your opinion, how much that affected the way the series turned out as a whole.
Yeah. So game one, well, since I had lots of success last week in semifinals with the Nunu, I kept with it and thought it would work. But unfortunately, Take the Lantern is very good at team composition, and when it comes to tanks, there's not much that AP Nunu can do against it. So going into game 2 through 4, we found a lot of success in. I think with my contribution, I'm not gonna say it was all me because I was just a small portion of it, but a lot of it was me. With picking like champions like Zin and Jax allowed more flexibility with our team and getting into and penetrating that back line of Take the Lantern and having a more a well-rounded team fight instead of having Andy in the back line completely wreck us.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Prowler, you want to ask one?
As long as we're just kind of moving down the list here, I want to point out Van Hohenheim. You're Anivia's one of the most respected champions in the game, and we saw you ban it away from your team where you had the option to first pick it. Is that respect towards Ace having a counter pick maybe in the Rise, or did you just not feel comfortable on it because you hadn't been playing it during the regular season with your team?
I'd say his Anivia is fairly decent. I mean, most Anivias I go against are fairly decent. Not to say he's, going against Anivia at late game team fights, I never want to deal with it. So, while I do think Ace is decent with Anivia, it's just one of those champs that I never want to see at any point in the game.
Is there a reason you specifically didn't take it though? You guys had it, up for first pick. We didn't see Take the Lantern ban it. I guess that was the curious point for me.
Between Vigar and Nivea, I felt like it was a little bit of a puzzle trying to figure out which one of us was going to pick which, because everyone knows my champ pool and can fairly guess where I'm going to go depending on what's open. But I felt that I didn't want to pick Nivea that game. I guess, I don't know. It didn't seem right for the game where I knew it was going to get countered in some way.
Yeah, no worries. It was clearly the right feeling. You guys won both the games where you landed on your own blue side. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. LNZ, you got a lot of your support targeted down. You did really well with Alistar last week, and so they respected that and banned it out every game. You shuffled between supports quite a lot. What was your thought process with those sorts of supports you were playing this week?
I prefer tank supports. So that's kind of just what I tried to go for every single game. It's just nice to play a champion that's really big that can stand in front and take all the shots when it comes to someone jumping on your ADC.
You calling Janna a tank now?
No, that was awful. That was horrible. So yeah, that obviously did not go very well. But I know I like hard engaged tank champs when it comes to support. So that's just kind of my play style is you just go balls to the wall every single time, and it works really well with Norm because he always just jumps in the fray with me usually. So.
Okay. Speaking of Evil Envy, Jeff, you want to hit Evil with a question?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the question that is burning in my mind right now, because this most recent game is still in my head, you guys performed extremely well in Jinx Nautilus against Lucian Morgana, and I really thought that Take the Lantern would be able to bully you guys in that lane. You came out of lane with a farm advantage. Your tower was basically untouched. How confident are you to be able to pick Jinx into potentially not great matchups?
I'm really comfortable in Jinx. She's probably my most played ADC in the Lucian Morgana matchup. We should have done a lot worse in that matchup, but since Nihilus started roaming, I guess Morgana was trying to match his roams, and Lucian can't out push me. So I spent a lot of time just pushing towards his tower and just got a huge farm lead.
Great.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so yeah, once again, congratulations to you guys. Anybody from Phoenix want to say anything?
I want to say thank you to the casters and everybody else who's been involved with helping out the LCS, and a shout out to Take the Lantern because they are the most difficult team I think we've played.
Yeah, I want to say thanks to everyone that has been helping with the league. It's been really fun playing for all splits. It's more competitive than like blind and ranked. You got to work with your team. For everyone that's playing, thanks for playing. It means a lot. And everyone that's helping out.
All right. Excellent. Awesome. Yeah, well, congratulations one more time. I'm sure we'll see that Phoenix emblazed somewhere next split, depending what the banner looks like. And you guys have a great week, and hopefully see you next split.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats,
Have a
guys.
good night.
Have a good
See
night.
you.
All right, hopping back to the live broadcast now. Just some wrapping up housekeeping stuff here. We have the next split signups coming up. They are active right now, I believe, still. So if you haven't signed up yet, feel free to do so. General housekeeping stuff. There's also surveys to take. What you think we're doing well, what you think we're not doing well, what we can improve on, what you'd like to see next week, any new teams, any new team format. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't think I'm missing anything.
A reminder that Sig and Ace are matching contributions based on the number of subs they get to the YouTube page.
Ah, yes. Yeah, they'll be donating to charities for the subs that we get to the YouTube page, trying to get a certain number because YouTube requires that before you get a unique URL. I'm not sure what the count is at, but if you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. Yeah, Special Olympics, according to Ace, as he's talking on my screen here. And helps out people, helps out us, helps us make more good content, actually stand out on YouTube, which will help get views and all that good stuff. But yeah, looking forward to see you guys next week. Maybe if you're lucky, or not next week, next split. If you're lucky enough, maybe you'll end up on a team with Sig Tau Lord.
Although we'll miss having him on our team.
Exactly. Also, apparently White Wolf Gaming is including that donation.
Ah, lovely.
So, I mean,
Well done,
there's
White Wolf.
a lot of good stuff going on. Just got to subscribe to that YouTube. I'm reading the chat, Ace. What else do I need to read here? I mean, Special Olympics, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Foundation Decrease World Suck. White Wolf Gaming is also donating this. These last two were in all caps. What further narration? Okay, that's
I
it.
think you got it.
Excellent. All right, so yeah, from all of us in the LCUS, thanks for watching Split 3. Hopefully the teams you liked played the games you wanted to see, and feel free to let us know how to change it if they didn't. And everyone have a good night, and until next time, take care.